Hey, welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for DavieVids. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested, requesting any type of videos, whether it be a topic, tier list, ranking, review, re-review, thought streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, something like this, whatever the case, PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. So, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. And so DavieVids wanted me to do a tier list on Tim Burton films. So let's get right into it. Now, before I start, I'm going to put a few things, because I have not seen all of them. And I already recognize a couple that I haven't seen. So, for example, I don't think I ever saw Big Fish. If I did see it, hell, I might have reviewed this and I don't remember anything about it. So if that's the case, then I'm just going to put it in there because it wouldn't be fair to talk about something that I don't remember. I don't think I ever saw this, but it just never interested me. The idea never interested me. Big Eyes I never saw. I never saw Dumbo. And I think that's it for that. So we'll get this out of the way. And then let's go with the best of the best with honors for Tim Burton. The best of the best, I would say, would be, I gotta put Batman Returns, both great movies. The Batman, this is what got me into Batman. This is what made me a fan of Batman, the character. I did not read much of the comics growing up, but it's these two films. The villains, Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer. The music by Danny Elfman. The way Gotham was its own character. The Gothic art style that was brought into the proceedings of the look of the city and the landscape. Michael Keaton, I still enjoy as Batman and as Bruce Wayne. And I just like the vibe and the feel that those films had. And I think that it's very hard to recapture that with other movies and other Batman films. I still really do like The Batman. I go back and forth for me, which is my favorite, but I do quite like these Batman films. And Returns is underrated. I like the even darker vibe, and I think the action is probably a bit better in Batman Returns. You definitely get to see a bit more of Batman fighting. At least when he fights those circus folks. And I like the car chase where the Penguin takes control of the car. Michelle Pfeiffer is smoking hot and sexy. And I like the dynamic she has with Bruce Wayne's character. The Bruce Wayne character, thought that was really cool to see. And that it felt even more like a Tim Burton film. Ed Wood, which is maybe my favorite. This might be my favorite Tim Burton film. Because the way he tells the story of Ed Wood is very fascinating. How much of it is true or not, or embellished, I don't know. But I do like the way it's told. I think Johnny Depp gave a wonderful performance. It's one of my favorite roles of his. Marlon Landau knocked out of the park as Bela Lugosi. I thought he was fantastic. It was cool to see people like Bill Murray in there. I almost always forget that Bill Murray was in the film. And sort of in a way, the love of cinema, even from an untalented guy like Ed Wood. He had the passion, but just untalented. At least the way the movie makes him out to be. I mean, we know how untalented he is, but it definitely showed his passion, despite that, and that was nice to see. So, I also gotta put Beetlejuice in there. It's Beetlejuice, the original, the classic. I love Beetlejuice. The cast works well. Michael Keaton steals the show. Gina Davis did a wonderful job. I love the creativity of that whole world. Whether it be the worms and the sand dunes, or the worms in them, the powers that Beetlejuice uses, like making hidden the thing, the two people fly off and all that stuff. Even when they're in the other world, and you have that guy that says, "Hello there, go over there," and he's a guy that's been flattened by a pancake, and the way he's carried around by this thing. It's just a lot of creativity in that film. Wonderful score yet again by Danny Elfman. Again, Michael Keaton stole the show. Nice fucking model. I'm going to at least put one more, and that's going to be Sleepy Hollow. To be the last great film he did, the story of the Headless Horseman, I love how gory and graphic it is. It's definitely, well, I was going to say it's glorious, but you could say Sweeney Todd maybe as well. But this one, I love the character of Ichabod Crane in this, where he's a forensic expert in this time period. I thought that was a nice touch. It was cool to have Christopher Walken in the film. Christina Ricci. Small bits. I think Christopher Lee's in the film. Michael Gough from Batman and Batman Returns, who was Alfred in them. I see all those guys in the movie. I did have some very fun, gory moments. Still has that dark Tim Burton art style vibe to it. I really do. That's a film I want to rewatch. Man, so many films, so little time. I definitely want to rewatch Sleepy Hollow. I remember having so much fun with that one. But and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I'm going to put an A. I mean, I do like the film. It's just the others are my all-time favorites. This one is a lot of fun, though. Rest in peace to Paul Rubens. Maybe it's one of those, like, I have outgrown a little bit the Pee Wee Herman character. A little bit outgrown him, but... And unlike Ernest P. Worrell, which I very much grew up with his films, I grew up watching this film and liking it, but, you know, his other stuff, it is what it is. But it's still a lot of fun. Still a lot of creativity. I always remember the Mr. T cereal because of this fucking movie. And yeah, it's still a lot of memorable moments. Him dancing on the bar to Tequila. Was a large barge. Still a lot of fun stuff in it. It's just I can't put everything on S tier. I think a lot of people have an S tier, understandably so, but I'll put it on A. Still a good spot for it. Same with Nightmare Before Christmas. Another good one. Just these films just edge it out a little bit for a variety of reasons, but it's good animated. I love the claymation and the style of it. Very charming. The songs are catchy. Very short film too, so it goes by a good pace. And yeah. Looking at these other categories, Edward Scissorhands, I'm going to put it in B. I liked it. It was never a favorite of mine, but I liked it for what it is. I know eventually I'm going to re-review it for Bronson, because he sent in a lot of requests. It still may take a while before I get to them. Sorry, Bronson. There's a lot of people before you, but I will get to them whenever I can. But yeah, Edward Scissorhands. I do remember liking the film, but again, it's not a film I love or anything. But take that for you will. I remember not hating Frankenweenie and The Corpse Bride. I'll put it in there. Just I don't remember a whole lot about. I don't remember hating the film, but I'll put it there. And this may be controversial, but just people put it lower. But that's one of those where I definitely like Gene Wilder's film a lot more. But I like this more than the Wonka film that came out a few years ago. While Johnny Depp's character just a bit weird. There are moments he does though that I do chuckle at. I will admit. And some of the way that Tim Burton puts those little flourishes into some of the punishments of the kids was nice to see on a visual and technical note. But yeah, it definitely did not have. I mean, I still like it more than, like I said, the new Wonka film that came out. But it just doesn't touch the magic. And Johnny Depp, you just can't touch Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder made that role, really made that film. And like Johnny Depp, there were times you're just a bit too weird, a bit too, I don't know, fucked up. I don't know how else you want to put it. Gene Wilder, much better portrayal, in my opinion. I'll take this off because, I mean, to me, F and trash can are the same. I was probably... The more I think about this film, I'm going to put it on D. The more I think about it, I'm not big on the musical numbers. Yeah, it's gory, but I'd rather watch Sleepy Hollow for that, for a Johnny Depp gory Tim Burton film. It's a film I never care to rewatch, and I know a lot of people got into the film. I just could never get into that movie. Maybe because I have no sentiment for the source material. Maybe that's why. I don't really give a shit about the source material. But yeah, the story, it just never did anything for me. I don't like any of the characters. There's nobody for me to root for. Which I know is not always a bad thing, but in this instance, I just didn't give a rat's ass what was going on, and I don't know. Mars Attacks, I know a lot of people like that film, so a lot of people disagree with that. To me, that I like the look of the Martians, which is based on those trading cards. But man, I wish that's a film if they rebooted that, that would be rebooted and make it gory like those cards. Like if you took those cards and you recreate some of those really fucked up scenes, you would have a hell of a movie. And that's the thing, I remember those cards. I remember how fucked up those cards were. Let me see if I can actually find some of them on here. And that was disappointing. Like, when you look at those cards, you look at this movie, it's not nearly the fucking same. For me, at least. And it's like, then they're stopped by fucking yodeling music? Really? Really? Let's see. See if I can actually find some of these fucking things. No, not that one. Like this, like look at this. Like look at that. Look at that guy. Like look at that. Well, actually, shit, this is going to be small, so you might not be able to see it. I'll put it as close as I can. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, or even some of the shit here. God, if I could If I could show a bit of it. Like an alien has a robot with a big spike, and there's 3 people impaled on it. This one, like, you see the gore, like, taking the face off. Like, that was part of the whole, God, even this, like, children's taking revenge and just how fucking gory it is. Like, that was the appeal of the shit. Like, look at this. Look at that. Paul Bunyan. Fucking chainsawing 1 and 3. Like, imagine this in the movie. You know, like, Chuck Norris will never do it, but you get someone to do that to a fucking alien. There you go. Like, that's the movie I wanted. I wanted that fucking movie. That's the movie I wanted. Look how fucked up this bit is. Killing a dog like that. Look how fucked up that is. Jesus Christ. That's the movie I wanted, not this fucking movie where they're stopped by yodeling. And there's a bunch of actors and they're just there to say hi and get killed. Here's Michael J. Fox, then he's dead. Here's Danny DeVito, then he's dead. Jack Nicholson plays 2 roles, and he's in it for a while, and he's fun as the president. And then eventually Taylor's dead. I didn't give a shit about the lead, the teenager kid. I forget the actor's name. I didn't care about his grandma. Was it Jim Brown? I liked him in it. But yeah, it was just star-studded cast, but yeah. Didn't like how it went away from the gory details of the source material. The amount of wit was just, hey, look at this famous person and look what we did to them. Look at this famous person, look what we did to him. We killed this person. Pierce Brosnan and has no head. It's just a head now, and his body's gone. And I said, okay, but I do like the effects work on the Martians. I just didn't think it was as funny as some people thought. Yeah, Mars Attacks. This film is dog shit. Planet of the Apes. Mark Wahlberg. What was the ending where he went back and there's the Abraham Lincoln, but it's an ape. Mark Wahlberg I thought was miscast. The movie was not that exciting. Has good makeup effects. Paul Giamatti I actually thought did a good job, but I don't like. So did Michael Clark Duncan. Just the action left a bit to be desired. Mark Wahlberg, I don't think he was the right choice for the role. And it wasn't deep enough to really get into the meat and potatoes of the social commentary. And I remember at one point Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to do, I think he was going to do the film with Oliver Stone. That would have been interesting. Sadly, that never came to be. I'd rather see that one. This one just very, very forgettable of a remake. And let's just put all these here because it fucking deserves it. Dark Shadows. I didn't watch much of the source material, but goddamn, that was awful. A lot of cultural references and bad comedy. Didn't give a shit about the supporting actors. Alice in Wonderland. That felt so long and Johnny Depp was annoying and that stupid dance, the futter whacking, whatever. And got sick and tired of seeing. I think Helena Bonham Carter's in that film too. I got so sick and fucking tired of seeing her and stuff. I did it, dude. You're with the girl. I don't fucking care. And I just I don't remember a whole lot about the film. I just remember watching it whenever I just watched the animated film. And Beetlejuice, holy shit, was that an overrated film? I can't believe it made that much damn money when it came out for a movie that I know people liked it. I still don't get what people liked about the fucking film. I still don't get it. Now, you can like it, so it's not my right to get it. This is people's opinions, and people have different opinions and different tastes. Just like I do, and you do, we all do. But I could just say I don't get it because it rips off the first one a lot. What it does come off as original material wasn't that funny. Some of it was egregious, like, you know Jeffrey Jones, who he is, so you make him this lengthy supporting character that just makes it more awkward the longer that character's on screen. It felt like multiple movies trying to be meshed together. It was the movie of the daughter character being screwed over in the rescue mission to get the daughter back, but then it was also the story of Beetlejuice trying to get away from this ex who's an evil witch bitch, and a bit of backstory of Beetlejuice. But it's also about Beetlejuice wanting to just marry, I forget, did he want to marry Winona Ryder again, or the daughter character? I forget. I think Winona Ryder, yeah. And what was up like that one guy that I swear he like fell in the sewer and died, and then he wanders for a couple scenes, and then I don't even know if you see him again or if you did. Like, what the fuck that had to do with anything? And why was Willem Dafoe there as this detective? He didn't really need to be in that movie. So much of that film was unneeded, and it was so fucking boring. And hey, do you remember Deo? Because I seen Deo in the movie. Do you remember the scene when they're being controlled and they're forced to sing and dance? They do that in the movie. Do you remember when Beetlejuice had to have a wedding? Well, this has a wedding too, where he's trying to force someone to marry him. Do you remember that time he stopped someone by putting a zipper on their lips? He does in this, or was it the zipper? Or was it the metal plate? He does one of those, maybe both. He does one of those, which he also did to Gina Davis in the first fucking movie. Or how about a sandworm coming out and eating some people and going away? Just like it did the Beetlejuice in the first one, it does it to the villains in this one. Like the same fucking thing. The same fucking thing, man. Lazy. Unfunny. The worst. I will say it. That's the worst that is the worst Tim Burton film I've seen. Good job, buddy. You took Planet of the Apes. It used to be Planet of the Apes, but now it's you movie. Because honestly, gun to my head, I would rather rewatch the Planet of the Apes remake to watch the cool makeup effects. So, I really would. But yeah, Beetlejuice. Can go fuck off. Just fuck off. So, I think this will be what people disagree with is... This is, I think, is what people disagree with. These three and their placement. I think most would agree with this, I would think. Some, I'm sure, will put this higher. This, I'm sure, will higher. But, you know, this... I do really like that one. Yeah, that might be it. So yeah, there you go. Take that for what you will. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks once again to DavieVids for the request. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.